guys, my name is Gabriele. I'm an artist, freelance artist, and I'm here to give you some tips and tricks and help you in this video. More like a live stream.
All right. Hi guys, how's everybody today? Welcome again to another episode of Got Art. Like you met, this is Gabrielle. She's an awesome artist, and she has a lot of cool tips that I hope you guys are gonna enjoy. It's gonna help you with your art, and keep maintaining this passion that you have. And again, thank you for your support. Please share if you know an artist that should be on the show, you want to see on the show, just send them my way or let me know. I'll reach out. And let's get to the point. I'm gonna have Gabrielle draw something
A
real cool. I don't know
dragon.
what she's drawing. She said something about a dragon, so we love dragons, so that's awesome. And we're gonna start with the questions. So let's switch back here, and there we go. We got our Photoshop there. So, Gabby, how are you today?
I'm excellent, fine, and you?
I'm great, thank you. It's awesome. Okay, so
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit of what you are going to be drawing for us?
I'm going to draw a dragon by the side view. For my art, I really take important part like painting. Painting for me it's an important part.
Mm-hmm.
So drawing is just a sketch, just a little sketch. In this dragon, I'm going to show how I do light, reflection, shadows. That's for me, it's the most important part.
Awesome.
And
That's
if you guys have
exciting.
any question, just tell me. Oh,
Yeah, please do. Remember, we got the chat. It's live. You guys can just ask whatever you need to, and hopefully we can, give you some answers. So
yes.
I'm gonna start with the first question, and while we enjoy this drawing by Gabby, so first thing I want to ask you, Gabby, is how did you get into arts?
I like it to draw since a child, but just a little. But what really made me go into the art world was that while I was 11 years old, I got a bit isolated in the school. So I was like, oh, there's something called internet. I'm going to this place, and I never came back. And I never came.
That's really good. I mean, I feel you. I too had a couple of bullies, and art was an escape for me. So it's something that you always go back to. If it's really a passion, you can, find all the jobs in the world, but at the end, you just really want to go back to that pen and that pad and just drop your dreams in a page, make them reality.
Yes, exactly. When you are drawing, since it's the thing that you love, you're going to do your best.
Yep.
You just need time. That's what I see the most people doing wrong. People want to know how to draw in like 1 week, 1 month, and then they start going to me saying, "Oh, Gabi, please tell me how you do this. I can't," but the person didn't even try. I'm like,
It's like what is the brush that you use? What's a brush?
yes, the brush won't do anything for you. It's your hands that do the
The
trick.
magic brush.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the dragon. It's looking so badass right now. I'm like, okay, it's looking pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, like she said, I mean, we've talked about this during the show. You gotta go through the struggle. Being an artist is not an easy thing. It's something that it's so exciting, and it's a lovely way of life that you really want to do it. And if you really have a passion for art, you're gonna stick with it. But it takes years to get to a point that your art looks professional, and that's part of what I wanted. Why I wanted to have Gabby on the show, because her art looks out of a game poster, and we've had amazing artists here, and a lot of them, or in my opinion, all of them, they're professional artists. But in this case, there's certain techniques that makes your art go from amateurish looking, like probably mine, to what Gabby is doing. Like she's using tools like the Liquify tool to make sure everything's proportionate. She's making the line art slick and just relaxed enough for her to be able to later update and color without having a lot of stuff going on in the picture. And that's one thing I actually failed in, right?
Yes, at the moment I'm trying to focus on just the form. I don't try to think in a lot of details or things at the same time because you start getting lost. You start just thinking about everything and your brain cannot think about everything. You need to focus one by one. And that's how you keep drawing. I was looking at some research that in any area that you want to be
Don't worry about it.
or that any area that you want to be professional, you need to focus like 10,000 hours of your life to be professional. If it's medicine, if it's music, if it's art, you need to have at least 10,000 hours on it. Training and training. Really interesting, right?
No, anything in life, it's if you don't put on the time, it's not like you're born with talent. Okay,
so many people tell me about talent, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Well, I wasn't born with it. I have been years working on it. For you to tell me in a second that I made it by a talent? No.
You know what I tell them? I'm like, talent? Yeah, I have a talent for sticking with what I love to learn enough for it to sound like, look like a talent.
Oh, you know? That one is good.
Yeah, that's the talent I have. You know, it's called persistence.
Yes, a lot of talent, persistence.
Yeah.
In this generation, I can't see many people having it.
No,
the millennials.
It's true. It's true, and it's a bit sad.
Yes, I'm a millennial. I'm 19 years old right now, and I see my friends like, oh, I cannot do this, but my friend didn't even try, and I'm like, what are you doing? Are you really trying?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything it's a little bit too easy nowadays.
Yes.
It's like
it's
digital
a soft
painting.
Generation.
I'm sorry?
A soft generation.
Yeah. And one thing is like digital painting, for example, like I remember I had to really go and do pen and paper, and like a lot of artists, they do pen and paper and not digital, and it's just, I mean, you can't fix proportions after you're halfway through a painting. It's you scratch it or you keep going.
Yes.
Now you have kids having this iPads and cell phone art, and they're like, oh, it's so complicated and whatnot. I mean, you don't know what you're talking
complicated. They really don't know.
Right?
It's like, oh, I'm suffering so much.
Well, guys, we're not making fun of you. We're just trying to let you know that it's not really hard. Digital painting, it's like godsend for those who have actually struggled with pen and paper. And you just have to stick with it. Just learn techniques from other people. And it's just like any other discipline that you want to get out there. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the next questions, Gabby, and is what equipment do you use?
For drawing, I use the Wacom Windows Pro 5 in the medium size, and for program I use Photoshop. Photoshop is my love. I love it. No other program has taken place. Not even paid to say.
I'm not getting paid to say this, but you should check out Affinity Photo.
It's really good?
Oh, I switched from Photoshop.
Whoa!
I left Photoshop behind. I've been using Photoshop since before CC, like CS3. So I mean, I've had, it was my baby too. But then I tried Affinity Photo, and they have things that is just, let's just say that they have the whole software in an iPad.
Oh, I don't have an iPad.
No, but it's desktop too. But like, you know how Photoshop is only desktop to have all the features? They made a version of their Photoshop into an iPad. So I mean, it's that good. But oh, and another thing is that you don't have to pay monthly, so which is really good. It's just $60 and just. good to go.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really lovely.
after you end that live stream, I'm going to check now.
All right, if affinity people, if you ever see this, please send me a check. I live in Michigan, and just let me know, and we'll talk about it. All right. so, you use Intuos. Is that isn't a screen tablet, right?
It's a tablet that you just draw on it.
Right.
It doesn't have a screen.
That's amazing for me. I don't have that coordination. I can't really use something that I don't have the screen on area. I can't see, and like my hand doesn't do what my eyes are seeing. I guess that's
To be
impressive.
true, at the start it was a little difficult. It was. But with time, and training, you can get it.
There you go. Yeah, like everything else, right? If you put the time, it'll make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just went and got myself an iPad, and I use the Apple Pen. It makes it really can get to that point. But it's looking great. As you guys can see, she's doing right now. I believe our scales, putting down the light for the scales, and man, that looks really good. Gotta tell you, I love the painting style. Just blocking out the image. Okay, so is there a set of equipment that you believe new people can get, or any idea what would be a good starting point for artists to get if they want to get into a digital painting world?
The Wacom Bamboo or another competitive marks you can use. Hinui, the name?
Your Wigong? I don't know, like Wigong?
Maybe
The
it's that
Chinese
one. It's a Chinese one. Better way to understand. It's a Chinese one.
Just look for the Chinese version of.
Yes, it will be cheaper. It's not the material that will make your art. It's yourself.
Okay, that's good. That's awesome.
Yes.
The next question I got for you, Gabby, is I'm sorry, that's not it. Okay, what is your art process? So now that you're painting, can you guide us through what you've been doing here?
Yes. Summing up before getting to details, I do a sketch, then base color, then I do shadows, then light, then reflection, and then I start getting to details. Summing up, it's that when I do cartoon style, it changes just a little bit. I start doing the sketch, line art, base colors, shadows, light, reflection, and it's done.
Okay.
It's just a bit. But both ways I really like to do. But of course, the one I love the most is the realistic style, not the anime style.
And why is that?
I like details. I love to put details in the artwork. If you let me, I can be hours and hours drawing. The drawing that did most take time for me was 60 hours,
Wow.
if I remember. 60.
Do you remember what piece do you have it digitally?
Yes, I have it. It was digital art for a contest of the artist Sakimi-chan.
Nice. And that's impressive. 60 hours. I think the most I've been, it's probably like, well, consecutively, because I've taken weeks to finish something, but I would say maybe 3 hours working on a piece.
3. If you want something, just go get it. Oh, something that really made me get more into the artwork, that made me evolve even more, is contest. I'm a competitive person. I love competitions.
That's
it made
cool.
me evolve a lot.
So are those like online competitions?
Yes, all of them, DeviantArt, MadBang, all of those sites. And
okay,
if you
guys,
are,
that's awesome. I'm actually gonna go get those links and try to post them. See if y'all can, give Gabby a little bit of more competition.
I would love to. I love competition.
That's really a good tip. Thank you. That's really good. So is it something like they give you a topic and you have to paint that topic?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. How many contests have you been in?
Oh, I'm not addicted, but surely more than 300.
Oh my god,
Surely more
wow.
than 300.
And I'm sure that helped you, get a
Oh,
ton better.
and yes, and the thing that I think that most important for contest is that you make you understand rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Because a good part of the time you are going to get rejected. People are not going to like your art. And it was like, I did my best. How you didn't like my artwork? You just need to deal with it.
Right. That's hard. That's really
Yes,
hard. I think that's the hardest part, and a lot of people quit when they post something, and people, like 90% of the people go, "Oh, that looks like crap."
yes, people need to deal with rejects.
We're getting dumped.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point right there. So contest, something that helps you out. I'm actually gonna join a couple myself now that I hear her. I really want to get better, and competition it's fun. So that sounds like
Yes.
a plan.
And in the video and art, you can find the small contests like $15 to like $18,000. It's
Wow.
insane, yes.
So you
But you
make
need to
money
be
out of it
approved if you
too.
want. Yes, you can. But you need to be like the best because everyone is going to receive a notification from the DaVinci that the contest is open. The
Oh.
DaVinci does that. So everyone, every single artist that is professional will receive it.
Oh, I feel like I want to do a challenge here. Let's do a challenge later on. If we get enough artists on the show and make a contest. That sounds fun.
I agree.
Good.
I
Okay.
would love to.
Yeah, I'm writing it down on my pad. All right. So, the last question is, I want you to go into a little bit of detail on things that you think would have helped you. So the question is, what would have been what would have been things that you've wished you would have known before you started digital painting?
Focus. What you focus, expand. That's a sentence that I really think a lot. Because literally, if you want to make your shadows, your light even better, you need to focus on that. And people are getting lost so easily. First of all, because they don't have control using internet. They are like, oh, I'm just going to search for a reference, and then it's like 5 hours looking for the reference. Most of them. It's what I see. I was like this. I was.
So you just like you lose focus, you just avoid getting to the point that you start your drawing.
Yes. And with focus, you do this today, tomorrow, another week, every single day. If you don't have focus, you're not going to keep on it. You're going to just leave and say, oh, let's try someday. Let's leave it to tomorrow.
And what helped you achieve, being able to focus easily? Because I'm sure people go like, well, you know what? I try to focus, but then this happened. And I guess that's what focus means is this happens, you don't get unfocused. But how do you maintain your focus with everyday life?
It's the ability to say no to every other single thing.
Huh, look at that.
It may be, oh, just say no, but it's hard to say no at the first time. You'll be
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I need to help that person. Oh, I need to see that. No, you don't need. Focus on that. Do that. It may be cruel at the first time, but you will understand.
Oh, you need to learn how
Yeah.
to say no to Netflix too, guys.
Yes.
When Netflix is calling you, or Xbox, or PlayStation, or whatever computer game is going, hey, look at me. Let's just play for a couple of
Exactly.
thousand of hours.
Exactly. A technique that I use to make me go back to focus, but it's a hardcore technique. It's to imagine yourself from the future, yourself with success, crying in front of you, saying, "Why are you leaving me?" That's the hardcore one.
That is our one.
Yes, because you will start thinking about it and you're going to go back to your focus because
That's me.
it's really
That's me all the time. I
that's
mean,
the worst
well,
part.
sometimes I just go like, and it's an excuse, of course. I mean, I have a little kid, and she wears me out. Like, she seriously wears me out. And I just want to go and sit and watch Netflix. Then I look at the pad and the iPad, go like, you know what? I should just draw a little bit. But then I'm just, and again, it's not being able to focus. So, in my experience, I've gone through having a bunch of businesses and whatnot, and I agree 3,000% with Gabby. Focus is what will help you achieve anything in life. It's what will ultimately decide if you are going to be who you want to be in life, or you're gonna let life, dictate who you want to be. So if you want to be an artist, focus. It has to be your main priority, and you gotta
Yes.
do.
Oh, and
Yes.
detail. While we say about focus, we are saying about taking your doubts, taking it into a chest,
Uh-huh.
and then you think, I'm going to focus, even if my mind is saying, screaming at me, saying it's not going to work, you are going to do it. It's a
Getting. I mean,
battle between yourself.
you gotta get yourself a chess. Everybody, grab something, a box. Use that. I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
Just
Because you need
staple
to
it down.
focus. And your brain will try to sabotage you. He will
Yeah.
always try. When he's saying, let's leave it to tomorrow, he's saying, you are not going to do this. I don't want you to be
Mm-hmm.
successful.
And we are our worst enemies. Like,
Yes,
if
totally.
I think every artist has come through this show has mentioned something similar. It's like, you think you can't do this, and it's usually you that's you're thinking that you can't do it. You're thinking people are gonna criticize you, and it's gonna happen, yeah. But it doesn't really have to, you know, uh, be something in between you and getting to the point that you expose your art and you go into competitions, for example. You post your art online, and you need to get feedback and get rejected for
Yes.
you to learn. So,
People are afraid to grow.
we are. I agree.
Yeah,
So,
we are.
guys, that's a great lesson for today. Getting to a point that the dragon is looking so cool right now, and she's just halfway there. So, I mean, it's gonna end up being pretty badass. But I really wanted you guys to get the feel of what it takes for you to become an artist, and to understand that everybody goes through the process of not knowing. No one's born with it. No one has, the magical brush and magic talent that just happens. No, you got to go through a struggle, go and make sure you learn the techniques, and spend the time.
Yes, and detail. It's completely normal if your family doesn't approve it, if your friends doesn't approve it. It's completely normal if they are going to say bad things about you just because you don't want to be uh, anything that they want,
Hmm.
anything. It's completely normal. It's not just you that are passing through this.
And it's the curse of the artist. After you get to the point of being an artist, everybody loves you. Like, oh my god, your art is
Yes,
beautiful. It's gorgeous,
exactly.
right? But before, they would just kick you to the curb.
Exactly. Completely that. Completely.
Yeah, and I've been there. Gabby's been there, and I think everybody I've talked to has been to the point that, like, I had a fight with my parents and my friends and my family, and
Yes.
and now they're loving it.
Yeah, it's completely like, I hate you. No, now I love you. But I hate you. Now I love you.
But I hate you.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
like
so
you need
I
to
actually
be
wanted to ask you
into.
something about your work that you're doing right now. Is that I saw that you put the background almost roughly at the beginning of the piece, and I found that to be very interesting.
Yes, it's something that I need to do because if I want to know how will be the shadow, the light, and the reflection in the dragon, I need to have a background already done.
Mm.
Background is something that I do in the beginning, always in the beginning.
Well, that was something I was um, failing to do. And this morning, I was actually working on artwork, and I'm gonna show it off a little bit of the video right there. Oh, it can't be still see it good. But anyways, the idea is that I did that exactly what Gabby was doing. I was working on the background first because on my other paintings, the light was, it wasn't feeling realistic after I put the background because, yeah, the background dictates where the light is coming from, and
Yes.
and
The
it helps
background
you.
will tell how the atmospheric scene will be, how the light will be.
Exactly, and there's something called ambient occlusion, which is how the light reflects on the ambience around the object the light is reflecting off. And if you don't have background or a scene, it could be as simple as just, what Gabby has done is just, texture, but it gives you a light point, and that it helps a lot. So I thought that was very interesting, and it's a good lesson. Don't be afraid to drop in just a simple background at the start of your painting, because it will help you determine where the light should be and the shadows and all that. So,
Yes.
like that reflective light, it's really awesome because it's actually the color of the background lightest point, and it feels like it's a light directing at the dragon.
Yes. It's good to try to make more than one focus of light, more than one point of light. Because if just one, it would be just the background, and here would be all dark.
Right.
Well, you can do that if you want, but it will be very dark.
I mean, it could be part of the idea, but it gives it a more realism to have more than a source of light.
Yes. Life, like if you take a picture now looking at your window, there's no way it could be just one point of light.
No.
No way.
No. And that's just because light reflects on
A lot.
every surface. It just
Yeah.
bounces around.
It's
Even-
like, yes, it's like a basketball. It's everywhere, every single where.
Yeah, it just goes crazy. I mean, you can have the slightest ray of light just coming through a window, and it'll probably light up the whole dark room, and you can probably see, because light just reflects off everything that doesn't have light. And if you look around, which is a good thing to go and do, paintings on live in the environment, go to a park or something, is because you can see the light reflecting everywhere, and you can see how different light tones and colors shine on different surfaces. And having secondary lights and tertiary lights, or however it is called, it helps you make the model look more two-dimensional and more realistic. So that's an awesome lesson, and I appreciate that from Gabby. So we're actually getting to the end of the show. This has been very fun, like always. I appreciate Gabby coming over and giving us her tips and tricks.
I appreciate you too, and I hope to make another live stream with you.
Oh yeah,
was-
we're gonna do a ton. Awesome, love that. We're gonna do a ton of them, and hopefully, guys, we're gonna start doing some art jams during the week, and have a couple of artists jam on one little sketch I'm just gonna come up with, and they have to, throw down whatever they can do
You and your
with my
team need to
weird
get things
sketch,
done. With Monday.com,
and
it's easy,
you
fun,
guys can
and
pick a
simple.
winner.
Just add the workflow that suits you. Whether
see
you're
you
a small
guys
team
next
or a big
time.
organization, everyone will know.
I'm gonna have
I don't like
Gabby
you too
finish up a
serious.
little bit here of the painting,
Nothing
so you
personal,
guys
kid.
can have that.
But I must go all
And
out.
Thank you again. Leave a comment, like the page, or like Facebook, or whatever you want to do. Just if you wanna help out, just give us a comment. Let us know how we can
Yes.
make the show better, more entertaining for you.
Oh,
And
I have a YouTube channel too. It's called GabyT. You can write in the screen after, or put in the link in the description. I show all of my sped paints there. I
awesomeness.
feel like
Just-
it.
Yeah, give me the
Just
link.
do
I'm gonna
it.
share it right now after I post this.
Yes.
Oh, is
People
that
will
the one you
learn.
put there?
Hmm?
Did you put it already?
The link?
Yeah.
No, do you want me to stop drawing to put now?
Oh, no, just send it to me later. That's fine. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna leave Gabby to finish up the drawing, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you again for joining, and let me know if you think Gabby got art. All right, take care.
I don't like your T-Series.
Okay.